Hey there, I'm Aloman and welcome back to Atom RPG. Where we last finished off, we'd just spoken to this lovely barkeeper here and we had agreed to, well, drink some interesting and unknown elixirs as part of the quest to get the attention of this woman. I think what I'm going to do though, I'm going to see whether she will actually speak to me without me trying it. Let's give it a go. She actually lifts her head. Ah, there we go. Well, that was easier than expected. Let's have a look and see what the tincture was anyway, I guess. Hello. Your brother sent me over. He says you might have the tincture for me to try out. The girl stops her calculations and stares at you blankly. After a moment, she blinks, and then smiles and tucks a tiny pencil stub behind her right ear. Oh, was she just switching ears then, I guess? I see. Well, that's great. I doubt you've ever drunk anything quite like it. It's a new recipe, you see. Well, not really new. More like forgotten by everyone. Hope that's not for a good reason. Wow, I'm really inclined to try it out. Is there a less optimistic one? No. The girl nods and shows you to a darker, colder corner of the tavern. From behind the bar, she produces a clay bottle labelled with the letters XXX. Yeah, drink up. Okay, no going back now. Like, literally, no going back now. Boldly drink it up. You take a tiny sip. The drink has a strange, sour taste. You shrug and hand the bottle back to the girl. You do not feel intoxicated, not even nauseous. You feel that you can take another sip. You take the bottle and have another. What harm can a few more sips do? Uh-oh. Now your head starts to spin. Nothing scary about that, right? You even retain full sensation in your limbs like normal. But then you feel them floating in the air around you. As if the air had all suddenly turned to water. Your mouth is very dry, so you wet it with another sip of the tincture. Someplace far away, you hear the girl calling to you, saying, "Don't do it!" But you already did. The world around you just stops. You also stop. But your mind erases with thoughts that come with exceptional clarity and speed. Why are you here? Why am I here? Why did I drink that stuff? Why? The sound of your own thoughts seems to you like the roll of distant thunder, but it's getting nearer every second, and you suddenly understand that what you thought was thunder are actually footsteps. From out of a misty void, General Morozov appears before you. "You're looking for me," he says, his voice like 100 voices in one. You cannot reply. You're frozen. "Looking for me? Yeah, you're looking for me," says Morozov, and takes your hand. "Let's go." You walk through the dead grey mist together, Morozov in front, you following behind. The general walks calmly, and you don't have anything better to do than simply follow him. Finally, the mist parts before you, and a strangely beautiful sight appears before you. There are mushrooms here. Interesting. A gigantic, unreal, primordial mushroom forest. Their huge trunks are thicker than the biggest oaks you've ever seen. Their tops obscure the sky like giant umbrellas. The general continues to lead you onwards, weaving around the massive mushrooms. Your tour through the fantastic forest stops suddenly at a truly colossal mushroom, bigger than all else. "This is God," says Morozov, but you can't see him anymore, because he speaks from inside you. He speaks from your head, using your mouth. You are General Morozov. Suddenly, the ground beneath your feet begins to shake, and you almost lose your balance. It seems like an earthquake, but when the shaking stops, you look up and scream, for the colossal mushroom now has a human face. "Bow!" orders the mushroom, and you fall senseless. Your mind turns off. You sleep. For how many hours? You don't know. After finally waking up, you do not feel any of the usual symptoms of heavy drinking from the day before. He's alive! Vasha, he's alive! Well, I don't think that's like any alcohol I've tried before, at least with the tripping anyway. You see the girl holding you up so you don't fall to the floor. Your stability returns as the strange sensations of the tincture leave you completely. The bartender, swearing quietly, wipes the sweat from his brow. "How are you feeling?" Surprisingly well, actually. Taking 1 HP damage. Surprisingly well, actually. Quite the hardy constitution you turned out to have. I'm so sorry. I made the tincture too strong. How stupid of me. I nearly killed a man. I feel just terrible about all this. Isn't my endurance crap as well? Oh. The girl lets out an exhale and gives you a smile. We took good care of your stuff whilst you slept. You check your belongings to discover that you have not been robbed. Miracles really do happen in life. Well, to be fair, I probably wouldn't have taken anything from me anyway, unless you want some bricks and a spoon. I still don't understand why it turned out so strong. I used my grandfather's recipe that my grandma recorded, she says, mostly speaking to herself. Okay, anyway, we need to have a talk. Gotta be sure your brain completely recovered. That's a good idea. Can I ask you some questions? I'm listening. What are you doing? The girl gives her notebook a tired look. It's an old notebook, stained by grease, torn at the sides, covered with dirty fingerprints. Like most things after the war, it's been through a lot. Well, trying to make ends meet the means, you know? My brother Vasya and I, we own this tavern. He tends to the bar, I do all the math, and pay the taxes to the village head. Business is not great though. Also, sometimes I develop new types of beverages for our customers. Some I make using old recipes, some I create myself. We distill it and sell it right here. I love that particular job, but I can't be a brewer without doing the accounting and the taxes, so here I am. I guess the only one who overdoses gets to feed the fields as well. Yeah, no getting around that stuff. Can I ask you some more questions? I'm listening. I'm looking for work. Can you point me towards some? Everyone's looking for work around here, but I'm afraid I can't help you personally. What I can do is recommend you to Comrade Kovalev, our village head. He's always some work to be done, but he's a respected man around here. He won't do business with someone he's never seen before. Recommending a stranger to him is sort of unprofessional. I wonder what that's old gent I met in that building across the way. Maybe if you'd help me with some chores first, I'd know I can trust you. What do you need help with? Oh, well, I'm ashamed to ask, but I need some toadstools. I don't have enough free time to do it on my own. Maybe you could help me out. Picking just 5 toadstools will do. They grow on the other side of the fence, not far from here. Are you up to it? Speechcraft. I mean, I could, but I kind of want to see what the mushrooms do. Yeah, why not? Thanks, I'll be waiting. Consider it done. Uh-oh. Well, straight from one conversation into the next, I guess. And this guy does look slightly less savoury. You see a muscular man near the bar. He eats mince meat out of a can and washes it down with vodka. His face looks familiar to you. Yes, of course. It's another Atom cadet you knew before being sent on a rescue mission after the Lost Expedition. You never were friends, but you still recognise him. His name is Alexander. Oh, hey! The big guy turns to you, squinting a little. Finally, he waves at you. Hey there, Igor. Didn't recognise you at first, but now it's painfully obvious. Ah, clearly my staggering good looks have, left quite the impression on him. Yeah, sure. What are you doing here anyway? Alexander sniffs, looks at the barkeep and the girl at one of the tables. He then whispers to you. I'm surprised by this question, Chev. I wonder whether that's the same semi-insult we have over here in the UK. What am I doing here? Did you honestly think you were the only one sent after Morozov and his buddies? Nope, not the case. We were both sent, just at different times. So stumbled upon this village. Guess he was sent after me then. So, is life in the waste treating you okay? What are you, my mother? Don't answer. I can see you're not her. Life is okay. Well, it's not like they can say in my native Georgia, a sweet peach, but it's still okay. Ooh, some backstory. You suddenly remember that neither Alexander nor his family are from Georgia, but you politely decide to keep your mouth shut about it. Oh, so not some backstory. I'm just so concerned about that lost expedition. It's so important to me to find it, you know? So important. Both for my body and for my soul. I'm actually investigating a lead right now in this bar. I'd share some clues with you, but I won't. Get your own clues, Jeff. Is he being super... I don't know whether... I couldn't help but read that super sarcastic. Maybe it's me. Fine. Let me ask something else. Oh, it's a pleasure, Chev. I really need to look up now whether that's an insult. I'm going to have to check that after this. What do you think about this place? Oh, it's okay. Too many holes in the ceiling and the walls, but you know me, Chev. I'm a man of treasure. Nature, even. I'm one with the forest. Don't need nothing. Just some food and some wind protection. But that lady over there. Alexander nods in the direction of the girl who writes something down in a notebook which has the word accounting on the cover. She does not notice you looking. That girl Katya could have been more into me. You know, I'm the only person here that's not a fucking mutant. Oi! Former Marine, great for breathing with, and yet she doesn't look at me. Some gratitude for what I did for this country way back in Afghanistan. Wow, I see why we didn't get on. Suddenly remember that Alexander never served in the Marine Corps, never fought in Afghanistan, and actually got his blue beret from a passing trader a few years ago. But you politely decided to keep your mouth shut about it. What the hell's this guy's problem? I see. Can I ask something else? How's the investigation going? Well, I'm calculating things. Yeah, just looking for clues all around. Almost found our lost guys. When I saved them, I'm getting out of this place. Cause, well, just look at that guy over there, Jeff. Alexander cautiously eyes barkeep and lowers his voice. Check out his meaty eyebrows. A real-life mutant is what it... Dude, he's right opposite you, and I'm over here, which means you're talking quite loud. I think he's not, like, a deaf mutant, if he is one. A monster shaped into human form, and most of the villagers are like that. Ugly fellas, inbred and dumb. Thank God me and you, we have integrity. We'll never tell anyone like that the location of our secret Dude! Secret... Alexander waits until the barkeep turns his back on him and then shakes his fist at him whilst making an angry face. And there's another guy there as well. A deeply insane guy. I see. Can I ask something else? Heard anything interesting? I started tending to my muscles as of late. Doing some bodybuilding, you know? Doubt a shrimp like you'd find that interesting though. True that. Yeah, why do you need to stay handsome? You're too much of a material man, you chap. You think strength is only needed to intimidate people and force locks. But to me, strength is beauty. The hidden beauty that makes girls around you blush and drop their pants down. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Alexander shows off his muscles to you. They are quite large. His hands look like industrial chimneys. Jesus Christ. So you didn't learn anything of importance. I don't know whether I want to start an argument with this beefy guy, but might as well. Well, how should I put this, Jav? Once I went into the woods, maybe I drank some liquor before doing so. Maybe I didn't drink anything. But anyway, suddenly I heard a baby cry. Wah! Wah! You know, the real deal. So you know what I did? Nothing. Just went my own way. Because it obviously wasn't a real baby. Just some vile mutant pretended to be one. And even if it wasn't a mutant, what am I supposed to do with an infant? Eat it? Not my cup of tea, man. Maybe in the next life, I guess. I'll tell you one thing. If you hear a baby crying in the middle of the wilderness, just keep on walking. Huh. So, there definitely are mutants. And I'm not just talking about the townspeople. It'd be interesting to see what kind, especially ones that imitate babies and lure people into the woods. I see. Well, I better go. I'm down to have a chat with the insane guy. A very drunk old man wearing a shabby coat and a knitted hat is standing in front of you. From time to time, he puts his salivating lips on a small cup filled with stinky potato moonshine and dresses the barman with a sense of self-importance in his voice. It's rather hard to make out what the old man mumbles about, so the barman just nods politely in response. As he notices you, the old man stops what he was doing and begins clapping. Ah, hello, traveller. As I could see, you too came into this modest pub when you learned the great wizard and magician, me minister, decided to pay it a visit. Here you go. Oh, he was supposed to be like he was slurring. I was just pronouncing him like he was a weirdo. Well, I guess he kind of is. Wow, listen, can you show me some magic tricks? The old man squints with contempt and waves at you dismissively, as if you're an annoying mosquito. Not some kind of cheap tricks performer, boy. I'm a wizard. The word wizard, he squeals and points to your chest with his callous index finger. You knit your brows skeptically. Damn palm reader. Easy, father. Man smacks his lips angrily and threatens you with a bony fist. Tricks, schmicks, what are you talking about? Tricks belong in a circus. Wizard and magician minister does only what it's called. The real deal. The old man raises his angry eyes at you, clearly wishing to add something else to that, but suddenly freezes, as if he's recognized you. Wait a minute, boy, it's you, Hiccup! Oh, hey, what's your name? This is very important. You know, they need some asterisks, because I assume he's just calling me Hiccup. Oh my god. I have so many questions. I really want to go with Edward Hummerhands. I assume it's like a better scissor hands. Arthur the Destroyer. Is there any? Nope, that's it. Edward Hummerhands. No way! Edward Humans, is that really you? Yes, that is you. The same eyes, the same face. Yes, I never thought in this corner of the world I could meet Rodian's adopted son. What a twist of fate, or fortune, even, if you'll excuse the expression. Well, I kind of have taken on the guys now. That's right, Grandpa, I'm him, Rodian's adopted son. Of course, it's definite. Otherwise, I'd be a common, demented old man who's got it into his head with no valid reasons that he's some wizard, and now he's hustling random strangers with his idiotic ideas. Let me surprise you even more. Your real biological father is the death god himself. Hiccup. Is this right? I kind of want to know why. My biological father's the death god? Exactly. After the war, Rodian and I were wanderers. We saw all sorts, and one day the windy road took us right here to the lair of some, you know, cult followers. It just happened by accident. We found ourselves at the Black Mess. There, one of the participants explained to us in perfect Russian that they're about to sacrifice some to the death god. The child of that very death god, meaning you, in brackets, hiccup. And Rodian went mental. He always loved children, so when he heard that, it was like sacrilege to him. He started firing at those guys, then grabbed you and started running. I followed him. That was how we got away. Then our roads parted. He took you and went in one direction, I went in the other. I settled down by this village, and he became the greatest wizard on Earth. And now, fancy meeting you here. Wait a minute, you decided that the kid was the son of the death god just because some shady cult followers told you so? Well, yeah, why would they lie? Tell me about Rodian? Ah, you want to know a little more about your adoptive father, boy? That's rather commendable. The old man scratches his lice-ridden beard thoughtfully. Yeah, he was a great guy, very strict. I served together with him at the railroad before the war. Our families were friends. Sometimes we would drink secretly, but, it was all civil. I didn't have much respect for alcohol. I prefer healing potions. He throws a quick glance at his cup and carefully moves it away from you. You distrustfully look at his face that has gone purple from constant drinking. I don't know, it looks pretty ruddy to me. And so, when the bombs fell, it turned out that we were cut off from our relatives. Back then, I was still unaware of the full power of my magic. Otherwise, I would have immediately teleported us from that tricky situation. But it wasn't meant to be, and it happened so that we had to try to survive together in the post-war chaos. And then we found you, and our ways parted somehow. I was whisked away by the subtle matter of the, what's the name, astral plane, while Rodian went somewhere with you. But you probably know it yourself. But I don't know whether I want to challenge this wizard. What if he's telling the truth? But never return to it. Now I'm going to have to ask. Bow, mortal. Ha! You're the Joker, boy. I myself am the Grand... Is he actually stuttering, or is he... Minister? Not some loony old man. It's in my power to bring down the stars and raise cyclones while you haven't yet realized your true divine nature. So take that. End this bizarre conversation and never return to it again. Deal? Deal! In a single mood, the old man with in a single mood, the old man with sense the remains of the moonshine down his throat, and the barman unwillingly puts another cup of it in front of him. Enough recalling the old times, we must think of that thing instead, the future. Hiccup! I just want... I could ask him how it's going. I just wanted to chat. Yeah, this old wizard can share a lot of wisdom with you. Hiccup. Right, you said your name was Minister? Exactly, boy. This is the name of this mighty magician who you had the pleasure and honor to see in front of you. Hiccup. But this has not always been my name. Before the war, I had a common name of a mortal. It was simple and not all reflective of my future. Damn it! Of my future importance. Jaeger was my pre-war name. Nice to meet you. Oh, we have a similar name. Mine's Igor. Nice. Well, actually, no. It's Edward Humans. Never mind. Why did you change your name? Minister sounds much more impressive.
They used to be a very important position before the war. High, respectable, well-paid. Minister is the name of the ruler of those... What's the name? Destinies. Hiccup.
An interesting reasoning. Can I ask you something else?
You want to expand your horizons? I understand. I can help you with that.
Do you live in this village?
No, I live in its suburbs.
I thought this place was the suburbs.
I come here to have some rest and to stock on some local healing potions. Hiccup.
The old man covers his cup full of moonshine with his palm. Ashamed, you shrug. You've got a curious healing potion there.
It is very healing indeed. I swear by all the gods of this foul, godforsaken world.
Right. Can I ask you something else? What do you do?
I grow my garden and catch animals, but that's not all I do. Hiccup. Not many of the people are aware of it, as I keep it a secret, but I practice magic and all sorts of sorcery. There are few in the world who could come near me, and the power of magic cross my heart.
I've already asked him to show it. Yep. He really keeps it to himself. I would not have known. Yep. Do you mind showing me some of your magic?
I don't want to show it to you. How about that? Huh? Maybe I can make the Rhodosos of Colossus dance go back, or move Mars and extinguish the sun. I just don't feel like doing it right now.
Does he mean the Colossus of Rhodes? Okay. Tell me some rumors.
I've heard that the black necromancy called radiation has struck various piles of metal scrap in the wasteland. For example, a bus near the village. But if you're touched by its harsh power, don't despair. Better drink plenty of that powerful stuff, and the side effects will be gone in a second. Hiccup.
Okay, I have noticed that vodka does give minus, I think it was 150 radiation. So I guess he is kind of right. Thank you for your advice. Can I ask something else? Change subjects. That's it, I'm leaving. Wonder whether he's going to stay here or I will actually encounter him in the suburbs. I wonder where those mushrooms are. They're just outside the fence. Oh well. Let's see who I can talk to around here. Boy, you sense an old woman leaning on a cane. She's wearing a black dress and a black headscarf, and her black eyebrows hide her black eyes, still sharp and revealing the glimmer of youth. Doesn't look quite black to me. Hello, can I ask some questions? I'm listening. Oh, these sound like random NPCs. I mean, I could. Let's just see. Okay. Yeah, I don't think these people are going to be of any help. Unfortunately, I can't see their names. I guess they haven't given it to me. Before you stands a shortish woman with a kindly face. She's wearing a simple dress. On her head is a linen headscarf, which she wears like a bandana of sorts. Howdy! Can I ask you some questions? The woman gives you a warm smile and eagerly nods. It seems she would love to chat. So yeah, just for NPCs. It's pretty nice, actually, to be honest, being able to just talk to random NPCs. Like, especially if they're not named, just, you know, I guess that's the kind of thing you don't really have in Skyrim and that, because every NPC is either someone you talk to or they don't exist. Whereas in this, it's kind of nice that they got filler NPCs. But yes, thank you, random stranger. I better go across to the, well, this place, because it looks a little bit important, this field hospital, I guess. Huh. So you're slightly bent, thin, but otherwise... Is that a chef's hat in a hospital? Oh god, I've not wandered into a cannibal den. That would be a great start to a week. You see a slightly bent, thin, but otherwise well-built middle-aged man. He's dressed in a dusty lab coat with the sleeves rolled up and a cloth hat of a peculiar shade of grey. It's white, I think. That's... yeah. Yes? You must be the local doctor. Bullseye, young man. Dr. Mickey Ann at your service. But you may call me simply Constantine. Okay, simply Constantine. Let's see what I can ask you. Well, I don't really need his help. I'm taking a little bit of damage, but I don't really need that right now. I would like to... I'm not going to ask for the discount because I probably need more barter, so if I level up I can put some into that and possibly get a discount later. I need your help, doctor. What's wrong? What are the symptoms? Let me have a look. fucking worried. Oh no. Please don't tell me I paid for this. Wait, I don't have any money to pay for this. He's probably just gonna take a limb or something, I guess. You can have one of my many bricks. I'm sure he'd love to add that to his house. Oh, now administer to you a drug that might help you out. Oh, only might. More. Do I have to drink more weird things? I don't know what they are. Open your mouth, please. Now stick your tongue out. Drink it all. It's a pre-war mixture of drugs. Helped good many people many a time. Drink up. Judging by the taste, the wonderful mixture is made out of castor oil and whale fat. You almost throw up, but a few minutes later you actually start feeling better than before. The drug worked. Done and done. You're completely cured, young man. Please visit again if you find yourself in a scrape. I really hope that wasn't like the only free heal I'm going to get from this guy and I just wasted it on a singular health point. You need something else, young man? I wanted to ask you some questions. Young man, I'm a doctor, not a criminal under interrogation. But if you must, ask away. I don't know, he's acting rather shady. I probably drank some corpse mixture. I mean, it did taste like fat. How's the job? Intense. How'd you like that reply? Intense? Very much so. I don't really know what to expect the next day. It's either stop doing your job altogether or try to cope, since this world throws me something new each day. New strains of radiation poisoning, spontaneous mutations, sometimes I have to stitch up bite marks made by jaws never seen by a medical specialist before the war. Sometimes I get a patient that pulls all my years of medical experience under question just by the way he looks. Or rather, by the way the mushrooms growing out of his back look. Oh, gross. Wow, the life of a communist doctor sounds pretty harsh. Young man, I'm a doctor, not... Oh, yeah. I thought he was responding to me calling him a communist. Referring to himself as a criminal. I didn't mean it, doctor, I'm sorry. Tell me about yourself. It's nice to listen to a smart person from time to time. One of the original residents of this place. Been here ever since the collapse. Nothing else is special about my biography, though, and thank God for that. Very concise, Doc. Good for you. Can I ask some more questions? How's life? Young man, I'm a doctor, not some bard perched on a wall, strewing my loot and caterwauling about the idyllic village green. You'd be better served just knowing that life here is pretty calm, as much as it can ever be calm in our world. The commune tends to my needs, compensates me for my labor, and I don't really get that many patients anymore. In the old days, there were floods of the sick and the mutilated at my door every day. Doctor looks at a thick folder on his desk labeled death certificates. Lovely. Still does the paperwork though. That's good on him. Heard any rumours? Young man, I'm a doctor, not the village gossip. But I do hear some strange rumours from time to time. For example, I've heard that in our tavern the proprietor adds toadstool to some of the spirits. Never touch the stuff myself, and I highly recommend you do likewise, young man. The effects of this witch's brew might be unpredictable. Yeah, tell me about it. I tried to remember that. Got to go. I will try to remember that. Hopefully there isn't any permanent lasting damage that's preventing me from remembering things like that, or I might go back for some more. This doesn't look like anyone at all. And a house. Assume these guys... Ah, comrade, might you be able to fix our water tower? Nope. What's wrong with it? Yes, why not? That's great. You see, the motor isn't working. Our mechanics disappeared. Probably went out drinking again. What was that guy's name? Like, Steblev or something? Okay, I'll take a look. This is great, and the proletariat will be forever grateful for your humble cooperation. The water tower is nearby. Please check it out. I believe you'll be able to help us, comrade. I like the way that the whole Western thing hasn't properly integrated in the fact that everyone seems to be, like, westernized to an extent, but they all use old world terms for the Soviet Union. Take it easy, man. Haven't fixed anything yet, but I'll take a look. So, it's kind of hard to tell when an NPC isn't just a conversation piece. Let's have a go. Well, he stands a stocky, powerful man aged around 30. He has a plump face and an upturned nose and an impudent look in his eye. He's wearing a workman's slacks and a tight t-shirt with the word rowing printed on the front in faded sunburnt letters. Attention, you see that he's rolling a dice in his palm. That's so cool. I love the fact that it's paying off already. I do not want to play dice because my luck is average and I'm crap at that kind of stuff anyway. Hey there, can I ask you some more questions? Go ahead, pal. My intel is your intel. Wow, now this guy's cooperative. Good on you, sir. How's life out there? It's okay. No reason to be sad. Anyway, how are you? I don't mope about it. It's okay. As I always said, don't trust, don't fret, and don't ask. Keep your chin up and everything will be fine. True that. Can I ask something else? Tell me about yourself. I'm Hunter, comrade investigator. That's not illegal, right? I love it. Fresh air and a faithful rifle in your hands. The smell of a campfire in the steppe. Pretty romantic, eh? And it pays well too. Damn it. Unfortunately, you won't lend me a gun. Maybe we could arrange a hunting trip sometime. I could throw bricks. What's new around the village? Commune lives just fine. Not great, but it could be worse. Though actually, I don't really care. I squat around here, sometimes drink in the tavern, and that's it. Sometimes I also try to woo Katya, which is pretty natural. But the village itself doesn't bother me too much. The real fun is in Krasnoznameni. I think it's called actually from the cutscene at Krasnoznameni, but I'm not entirely sure. There's gambling and there are good drinks, and the women are not shy at all if you get my drift. She racy smile and claps you on the shoulder. Half the women in that city are probably raising my kids nowadays. How'd you like that? Well, it's great for you. The inbreeding's probably going to be devastating though, considering the small population following the apocalypse. I see. Well, gotta go. Right. Well, I would end the episode here, but I'm very tempted to have a look at this generator, which is that, I assume. Which is not working. It must be fixed. Okay. Is there any way I can fix the engine? Is it here? No? Oh, that's not anything to do with it. Yay, routing through trash. Not too bad, actually. Scrap metal. I assume I can use that to make some stuff. And some loo roll. Precious commodity in the apocalypse. And whatever that is. Empty bottle. I don't know whether I can take this stuff. I mean, I guess, but maybe I need to fix the pump first. Right, well, I think I'm going to end this episode here then. Yeah. So, have a good one. I'll catch you on the rebound.